All right, we see your eyebrows.
Oh, wait, I don't. There we go.
Hello there. I'm going to get dizzy. That's enough to put a person in a trance watching the ceiling fan go back and forth here.
Yes.
I know. All right. Well, welcome everybody. I'm so glad to have you guys. We will, I'm proud of you all as well. I must say, I'm extremely proud of you guys for meeting with us every single week. I know it's a big commitment and there's a lot more you could be doing, other things that you could be doing, but I appreciate your dedication and that's why you two are doing so well. So thank you so much. So
can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. You're going to have to look at my fan. I can't figure out how to turn it off, but you don't want to see what I look like right now.
That's okay, Nikki.
It's been a rough week.
Because you know this is recorded, and so it would be on there forever and ever, and so we don't want that.
No, we don't want that.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. It's been a rough week.
It's okay. It's the start of a new week tomorrow.
That's right. You sound a little bit better.
Yes, I'm feeling better. I just have this terrible, like deep cough that's kind of painful. So
yeah, and it's probably keeping you up at night. That's what happens to me. Mine gets to the cough that keeps me up. I seem to be fine throughout the day, and I want to lay my head down, and I can't do anything but cough.
Yep. Yeah, and I can't really take medication, A, because it affects my blood sugar, and B, because I'm breastfeeding. So
right.
Yay.
Oh. Well, you know, as we always say, this too shall pass. It's not any fun while you're waiting for it, but it will pass.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, whoa, we're halfway there. We're not living on a prayer. We're doing what needs done. Isn't that fun? He's a cutie.
That was my concert.
Yeah, John Bon Jovi. All right, so what have we learned so far? You've learned you've got to increase your product knowledge in order to maximize your sales and your bookings. You've learned that your belief decides what you believe you can and cannot do, and that your brain can be retrained. You've learned how to talk to people out and about and how to book parties at your shows and words to say at both. You've learned that your passion shines through and can completely influence purchases and bookings at parties. You learned that you have to host coach effectively to keep your sales high, your bookings at every party, and a constant pool of leads. Definitely helps keep all that. And you've also learned that your skills will make a huge difference in every party. When you know your product, you can sell your product. When you know what to say, you know how to respond to objections and turn maybes into yeses. So when you tweak your host coaching skills, you have much bigger parties with much better results. And host coaching is where you earn your paycheck, and the party is just where you pick it up. That's a nice little tagline that you'll continue to hear forever and ever. So, all right. Did you have any questions about host coaching? Did y'all get a chance to listen to the other call?
I didn't see the link for that from last week. Did I miss that somewhere?
I posted it. I think I posted it on Wednesday when I went to hear, because I couldn't find it either, and I had to go back through the slides and find it.
Okay.
So I posted it in the new consultant group that we're in.
Okay, I'll get it.
And I started listening to it, and I'll be honest, I got about 3/4 of the way, and I was listening to it on the way to work, and then I ended up having to go in, and I never went back and finished it. But I want to, because it was an amazing, I really was like, I wanted to be somewhere where I could take notes, because just the wording choices that they use were just, it was really great. The way that they talked about host coaching and just the level of details that they went through in the course. So it's something that I want to go back and listen to. But I too had a bit of a rough week. But yeah, it was really good. What I've been doing is I've actually on my phone, because you can access them without logging in, I bookmark them on my phone. And I've renamed them depending on what either the course is called or what week we were on, so that I know which one I could go back to. And I found it very easy to grab it when it's like in my phone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, how long is your drive to work, Nikki?
30 minutes at 4:20 in the morning.
That might be a time that you could possibly try the same thing that she's been doing to listen to it. You know, you can get halfway there, you know, half of it on the way to work and the other half on the way home, maybe.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. If you have, Susie is like a tremendous techie girl. And I'm not saying you're not. I don't know your skill level for techie stuff. Most people your age are good, but I don't know.
I'm pretty techie. So I see what she's saying about bookmarking it and keeping it there. So I'm going to try that.
Okay. Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. She asks on here if anybody made any host coaching videos. And I'm going to guess you didn't.
I did make a flyer this week though that I'm sending in the mail for my online parties.
Oh, good.
So like I made more of like a letter of what to expect and like how to like engage your guests and stuff like that, and then how all the various ways that we can work out payment with it being an online party, and like all those kind of questions that they have that they feel confused about the online party. So I made this flyer and I sent it with my pack for my party this Friday. And then today on the phone with that host, I went over all of that information with her, and she's like really excited. And when I asked if she had any questions, she's like, nope, you've answered all my questions. So that was kind of cool.
That is excellent. Would you mind sharing that on our team page? You think you could do that?
Yeah.
Upload it to the file section?
I can.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Susie, I think she's been doing her virtual parties a little different than what we've all been doing. Nikki, are you doing like a full show, just recording it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm doing it like, for example, this Friday, I'm suggesting it at like 8:00 on Friday nights because everybody's coming home from their week at work. Nobody really has plans like they have on Saturday night, on Friday night. So I've been doing them at 8:00 after we put my son down, and I do it for like an hour, and then my husband and I eat that meal on the weekends.
All right, so you do a whole live cooking show just on like,
on Facebook Live.
You do Facebook Live, okay.
Yep. So like very interactive, but you know, a couple weeks ago I did a live party and it was like a Saturday afternoon, and you know, the person wasn't available and none of her people were available. So I literally just recorded it on Facebook Live and then posted it, and nobody watched me while I did it. And she obviously didn't get very many sales. It was one of my friends, but she's not like a person that would put herself out there, versus the host that I just had last week was phenomenal, like all over it. We were posting things in the private group event that we made together. And so that's what I'm doing for this one too, to see how that works out. And she's excited because she has a lot of Pampered Chef stuff too.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. Now, what things, Nikki, and I know it's not this class, but I'd like to maybe pick your brain. How do you make it interactive? Because I find when I'm doing Facebook Live, you know, sometimes when like the one time I did a full demo, my phone was so far away, I couldn't see what people were talking about.
Oh, okay.
So I could maybe answer some questions as people, if I did, like sometimes I'll have the phone close to me if I'm doing it like in my kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember what it was I did. Yeah, I think I did like a full demo, but I'm in my dining room. So I'm curious to see how you make it, like what interaction you do.
And I saved one of the videos, so I will try and message it to you that you could like watch it and kind of skip through. The last time I used the iPad, and that was easier for me to read, and every just couple of minutes I kind of like looked at it and were reading what people were saying. My very first one, my husband videoed on the phone because we didn't know that the computer doesn't do live. So he was reading them to me as we were going, but that was insane. That was very difficult because I was trying to talk and he was reading them to me. So I liked on the iPad where I had it facing me and it was big enough. And since I was kind of like where my counter was and it was set up, I could just look over and kind of glance at it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But I'll try and message that to you because I saved it. It let me like download it to my phone. So I will try and share that one.
Okay. Yeah. If it lets you, it may be too big, but
it might be too big. Yeah, but I'll see.
We can try. Do you have a YouTube page or channel?
I do. From
Maybe
like
you can
before when I was in college, I could try and upload it there.
Yeah. Yep, that I have found sometimes that's the easiest way to share videos is to upload it to YouTube, and it lets you.
Yeah.
So today we're going to discuss recruiting. Yay! That could be a scary thing or it could be an exciting thing. Look at Susie hiding her face on me on there.
I'll just wave my little hand.
You know, speaking of which, we got to get your cousin moving.
I know. I've been texting her, and I texted her last weekend, and I'm like, hey, like, that's a couple times I've reached out, like, what can I do to help you get started? Like, can I get online and, like, do stuff with you to set up? And she says yes, and then I don't hear from her that day, and she's like, I'm so sorry, I was so busy. I'm like, I understand, just, you know, let me know when you're ready. And I've texted her a bunch of times. I love her to death, but I don't know. She like joined and then I don't know what happens when you don't do anything.
Okay. Yeah, I've reached out to her a few times too, but I haven't heard. She hasn't responded. Knowing she's family, I thought maybe she would have responded to you and, you know.
I'm not quite sure what's going on, but I keep reaching out to her and she said that she did have one person interested in doing a party.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll just keep on it.
Well, we'll keep working on it.
Yes.
All right. So recruiting is really just a conversation. There's not a perfect thing you could say to someone who's not interested, and there's nothing really wrong you could say to the person who is going to sign. You're just helping the potential consultant decide if this is something for them. And Susie, I know you've signed a couple people and you've gone through your recruiting conversations. And Nikki, I'm thinking the only person you've had a conversation with is your cousin. I don't know if any of these through your virtual parties you've been able to talk to any of your virtual hosts.
No.
No? Okay.
I put it out there and but I haven't had much of a bite from that.
Okay. Well, maybe after we talk through some of these things today, it will help with that. What I found is that some people don't because they don't know what to say. They're scared about it. And others think that, you know, they just, like, there's a difference. And Sharon Zellum was this way. She said, you know what, I ask people, they say no, and I say okay, and I move on, you know, and sometimes it's a matter of just trying to ask in a different way, you know, and there's a difference between informing and inviting. We do a lot of informing by putting it out there, but we have to invite to learn a little bit more. So what we're going to do is talk a little bit about how that would look. And this here, I don't know if you can read that. I'll be attaching this. So it's a 7-question interview worksheet. So I'll attach it and you can upload it or download it and print it out. But question number 1 is, tell me what it is about Pampered Chef that interests you. And actually, I should back up because the most important opening question, this is what I always start with, is let me ask if you have any questions on why you should become a consultant or just how to get started. Because sometimes they're like, no, I know it, I'm ready, just show me where to sign up. So first you have to know if they have a few questions or if they're just ready to get started. And then if they say, no, I have a few questions, say, okay, the first one should be something like, tell me what it is about Pampered Chef that interests you. Because what interests Pampered Chef for me or for Susie or for you could be totally different than that person. So we got to know what rabbit hole to jump down, right? Number 2 is asking what type of qualities do you have that you think would make you a great consultant? They could say, well, I love to cook, or I have lots of friends, or I have lots of friends that love Pampered Chef, or I have a lot of time on my hands, or you know what, I really I want to find something that I can do on my own and work around everything else in my life. You know what I mean? So find out, bless you, what kind of qualities they have that will make them a great consultant, that gets them started on a positive train as well. So, and the next question, number 3, is when you look at your calendar over the next 6 to 8 weeks, do you think you have 4 to 6 days that you could leave your home for a few hours to have a Pamper Chef party? If they say no, is the issue just with the next 2 months, like March and April? Or how does, say, April and May sound? Kind of a thing. And I know that we now have the virtual opportunity, and so we can always offer that as well, but you know you can get your business off to a great start if you start. You're very unique, Nikki, in that you got started so well doing these virtual parties right off the bat. Majority of the people need to do a in-home party to get their business up and running like that. So checking with people to see that they have time over the next 6 to 8 weeks, because even if they started with a new business, a new company someplace else, they would have a 6-week training period, and where they would be expected to put in a few more hours. And then once they get up and trained, then they're kind of, flowing normally. Question number 4 of the 7 is, on the days you have shows, do you have someone who can watch your kids? Most will say their husband, but have you discussed this with your husband, and how does he feel about you starting your own Pampered Chef business? Because we know that they really need to have support at home. And not everybody does, and we don't want you doing anything against his will, or, that's not going to be supported, because that makes a huge difference. And I know Brian's always been very, very supportive of you, so you're a blessed woman there. Yeah. That's
He's currently folding laundry.
Aww.
Right?
He's a good daddy and a good husband. Oh, are you looking to see what Ernie's doing?
Ernie's working. Stephen just walked in wanting milk.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you, but I'm just going to step away to give him milk.
Okay. Number 5, it costs from $109 to $249 plus tax to start your Pampered Chef business. Is that something you feel you can afford? These are questions that my friend put up on here. I'm not sure that I normally ask that question. But at some point it does come up. What are the costs of the kit? And I always say, it ranges from $109 to $249 plus tax. And then I wait from there to see their response, more than saying, is that something that you can afford? But this month, there's a 50% rebate on that kit, so they could start for as low as $59 or $54.50. But what they would have to do, Vicki, how that works, is that they would buy the kit, and then when they submit their $12.50 in their first 30 days, Pampered Chef, bless you, will send a refund, send that 50% rebate back to them.
Okay.
So that's how that works. What type of training do you find works best for you? In your situation especially, online training has worked, text has worked. Some people are not going to be able to make training. Some people do well this way, and that's always good to find out, so we know how to communicate with them.
Right.
And then recap for them the first 6 questions. For example, Nikki, it's clear to me that Pampered Chef would be a great fit. You have many qualities that will help you build a successful business. And I would go over a couple of them. You love to cook. You've been a fan of the products for a while. You're a very organized individual. You clearly have the time to work your business consistently. You have a great support from your family, and you have the money to invest in your kit. So my last question is, when do you want to get your first paycheck?
Right.
Or, so what do you think? Are you ready to get started? Something rather like that. And there's a video link right here that my friend Jennifer made on how to do the 7-question recruiting. So you can watch that and follow up and tailor it to your abilities. And, your style, I should say, not abilities, but your style. So if you don't know what to say or do, Pampered Chef University has a fantastic document to help you understand how to recognize potential team members at shows, out and about, recruiting guests, recruiting hosts, and how to handle objections. And I've given a link to that. Let's see, I've also got it up on my screen here. I don't know if you can see my screen, Nikki, but this is what it looks like. And so it gives some scripts Use this conversation to plant the seed about becoming a consultant. So you can say, I'd love to join us brochure in your host packet. Take a look at that when you have time. I think you'd be really great at being a consultant. Then let's chat after you've had a chance to look it over. That's just one of them, recruiting your hosts. Here's another one. Hi, Nikki. Can't wait for our party tomorrow. Just wanted to confirm that I'll be arriving at 6 o'clock at blah, blah, blah address. Any questions about the ingredients? How's your RSVP list coming? And by the way, there's some information about the Pampered Chef consultant opportunity in your host packet. Take a look. I really think you would make a great consultant, and I'll see you tomorrow. That's a text message that you can send. So as you can see why the host coaching, I think, is such a key to having a successful business, because these are all things that you're doing within your host coaching. Give some lines to say during party setup, after the party, some lines for how to recruit guests at shows. Let me see, what is this? It's a very long document. I think it was 9 pages or something rather like that. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you can see how that works. And then there's also a little video. I think it was 3 minutes, 28 seconds on Pampered Chef University about recruiting and the Pampered Chef business opportunity. And so I've got the link for that in here as well. So most important thing is to just don't freak out. It's just a conversation. I remember how scared, I still get nervous, quite frankly. I had a recruiting interview with someone last week, and I still get nervous, but this one actually I felt a little bit better. I just kind of let them lead the conversation and say, okay, tell me what your interest is. What makes you think about Pampered Chef? And then I wait for them to ask me a bunch of questions. Again, it's kind of like that first question. I don't want to go down the wrong rabbit hole, and I don't want to do what we call throw up on them, where I just gush about the amazing trips and about, how much money you could make or how many products you can earn. And, oh my gosh, I got to go with what interests them. And so I let them lead the conversation. And so really what it is you ask the question, you shut up and listen.
Sorry.
They always say you have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that you could hear twice as much as you speak. So let them speak on those things. So we're still working on your skills for the 4 pillars of success. So we've worked on belief, we've worked on passion, we're working on a skill, we worked on host coaching skill, we worked a little bit on sales and booking skill, and now we're working on recruiting skill, and then we're going to work on the will towards the end, but we're still working on that. Skills are just such a major component of your success, because the more you tweak your skills, the more you'll learn about selling, host coaching, booking, recruiting, and the better your business is going to be, which means the bigger your skill, the bigger your check, right?
Right.
All right. Okay, so again, here she goes. Skills are one of the easiest pillars in our business because it's one everyone can fix anytime they need to, simply by practicing recruiting with your friend. You just might recruit their friend. Actually, I kind of practiced with Susie, if I do recall correctly. I said, I want to learn how to do this better, and I want to try a different tactic. Will you just let me practice on you? And it worked.
Funny.
It worked. So find some other friends that you can practice with, and you never know. You just might have some success with that. Develop your personal. I think she meant personal story about your business. She said developing personal about your business. I think it's your personal story. What your story means to you. I know Susie's story pretty well, and I can probably guess your story, but your guests won't be able to. There's probably things about you that they don't know and that they might just enjoy hearing. So you'll need to develop a little personal story, just a short little story. She lists on here, study the simple recruiting cards we used to, and Susie, I know you remember these things. There used to be some little cards that we used to sell on the supply order form, and I just looked. They don't seem to sell them anymore. I didn't see them on the supply order form, and I didn't see some of the other things, that we used to have on them. You could download them. Yeah, those things. Yep. Didn't find them anywhere. Nikki, I do have a couple sets of those. I can send you a set.
Okay.
Yeah. Which will help you get comfortable. And I'm not quite sure why they took them off. I thought they were a great little tool to use, so I can send you those. And did you get another packet I sent to you?
Let's see. I got a packet. Oh, I got the little Thanks a Latte. Is that the one you're talking about?
I sent you a bag and a pin. Maybe that hasn't made it yet.
It might not have made it yet, and I don't think we checked the mail since Friday.
Okay.
So I'll check it tomorrow.
Okay. And then I'll drop these recruiting cards in the mail to you as well. So
okay.
You can always watch and listen to Home Office and to my trainings. There's always stuff on there that we poke on, that we post on our team page, and there's all kinds of things from Home Office. Right now, you're probably full just trying to keep up with this homework, but once this class is over, you'll be able to, just know that there's always resources. You can come to team trainings, which you usually do tap into them live. We've got one tomorrow night. I was going to see if you guys if Monday worked better for you, Nikki, because I know your schedule, and I thought, well, I can't do that because we got team training, and Susie's always here till 9.
That's funny. It's only 2 more weeks. I figured I would just stick it out. I am normally already in bed, but today was I was making baby food until like 7:30, and then I'm like, oh my God, it's bath time, bedtime. I still haven't showered, so tonight was a little bit of a late night, and I'll suffer tomorrow, but it's only 2 more weeks, so.
That's right. Atta girl. Proud of you for that attitude. You can listen to Tips from the Top on Wednesday nights. They offer them. There's something that Pampered Chef often offers. You can read books. You can watch YouTube trainings. You can do lots of shows. So anyway, the point is there's lots of ways to improve your skill and learn more. Any questions so far? I know we've kind of answered a bunch of them along the way. I want to go over our homework real quick.
I have a question after you do the homework.
Okay. There's another call called Top Recruiters Tell All, and that's with Brenda Coppy and Genevieve Black. Some more hot shots that were in the Lead Plus program with me. So I've got a link here to this, and I'll, as a matter of fact, I'll post it when we get done here too. Everybody's kind of off, leaving me alone so I can post it. My little fly on my shoulder's gone.
Find that I can post it.
Yeah. So I'll get that out to you. What's your question, Nikki?
When you send out the emails, because I'm still on like your email network from when I hosted with you, where like once a month you send out the specials and things like that. How do I do that for my people now?
Great question. There's a little button when you go to your website towards the bottom of it that says opt in. Let me see. You know what? Can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay.
Sorry.
And Susie, I don't know if this worked, but I just tried to tag you in the video on Facebook. So let me know if that does anything. Like if I tagged you, or maybe I need to invite you to this group.
Let me see. It could be because if I'm not part of the group, if you did it in a group, and
I'm going to invite you.
Not.
I'm going to invite you, and then you can just scroll down. Send invitation.
All right, let's see.
Oh, yeah, I was invited.
Okay, and then
I'm posting the link, Bobby Lynn.
Okay, thank you. I'm trying to find, I always forget where to find the opt-in button, Susie. Oh, actually, I think I just remembered.
Where are you? What tab is that?
Selling and recruiting.
Okay.
And then I'm on eBiz tools.
Where are you going? For the better or for?
Huh?
What are you trying to look for?
The opt-in button. You know where you opt in that it sends automatically?
Let me, my,
You know what? Maybe it's on my contacts. No.
it
There's
goes
a-
to my, oh no, that's my, oh yeah, through selling and recruiting, should be under customer e-newsletter. And then on the very bottom, yeah. So go to selling and recruiting
Oh, okay. Then all the way down here, customer e-newsletter.
and then scroll all the way to the bottom.
There.
And that little orange button should say opt out. If yours says opt in, then you need to click it.
Can you see it,
Okay.
Nikki?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Okay, so selling and recruiting, eBiz.
Selling and recruiting customer e-newsletter all the way at the bottom
Oh,
or towards the bottom.
okay, I see that. I see that. Mine says opt in.
Okay, click it.
Click it.
Okay, so now everybody's that has ever put in an email with me will get
Yep.
it, or I have to email them.
Nope, they'll get it automatically.
Really?
Yep.
The thing that you could do as well, just to make sure, what you do is go to selling and recruiting,
Mm-hmm.
go to my contacts, and then what
Okay.
yes you do is there's a little button where it says right where it says subscribed, underneath filter this group, there's a little box there that you kind of select all.
Manage group? Oh,
No,
no, my contacts. Okay, my contacts.
I think right here. Can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Right here, this square right here to the left of subscribed.
Yeah,
You click that.
what I want to do is add to group,
Okay.
and then select a group, and what you're going to do is click send e-newsletter. You see that yet?
I don't have any people here.
Okay, let me ask you this. When you go to,
Are you clicked on all contacts on the top? I'm like, my
No.
mouse is trying to go to my phone.
Oh, there it is. I found it.
okay,
Okay.
Click that little button
Yeah.
and then hit add to group. It's the second button on the
Yeah.
top. Then you get that little screen and then you scroll down to where it says send e-newsletter,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna add to group.
Okay.
So what that's gonna do is that's gonna catch everybody that you have it marked send e-newsletter, except for the ones that maybe have privacy selected. You know, maybe they unsubscribed before, or well, they wouldn't
Okay.
subscribe because you're not getting it to them. Yeah, baby. What's the matter?
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I was like,
Yeah.
how do I get this?
Yeah, I'll be right there. I'm almost done.
Because my mom
you
was
have
like,
to,
are you
right?
going to send an email like Bobby Lynn sends? Like, I don't know how to do that.
Well, good. I'm glad you thought to ask that question.
Yes, thank you. Susie, if you go on that group, you can scroll through and see how interactive that host was, and then you should be able to watch that video.
All right, I clicked on it going. So I should see rolling through. Oh yeah, I see you're live on February 24th.
Yep,
Is that a Randy you're wearing?
yep. I just bought another one the other day.
I'm a little bit obsessed as well.
Ah, I have no
Comfy.
idea what you're talking about.
Oh, LuLaRoe.
Oh, okay. Oh, a Randy shirt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? I wore
Yeah.
LuLaRoe yesterday.
You did? Some
I
leggings?
did. I only have one pair of leggings and one shirt. I wore them yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah, they are. They're very comfortable. I feel like almost naked, quite frankly, if I can
Right?
say that.
Right?
Oh my goodness. Oh, well.
Thank you so much for the
Yeah.
help.
All right. So, well, that's what I got for you. So you can go on and you can get to sleep. And Susie, you can
Yes.
tend to Stephen.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you, ladies. I really do. And go ahead and I know it now. See, the thing is, when we miss one call, then we get backed up. So to try to listen to 2 calls in 1 week is really hard. So,
I'll do it on my ride to work.
yeah, download that and do it on your ride to work. And so that way, in this week, you can do it. You can probably get to both of them then.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right, ladies. Susie, I see you tomorrow night. Yay! There she is. She's waving. You rock.
Thanks.
Flip here.
All right, ladies. I'm gonna sign off.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.